right now, 15 November, Monday. All right. Are we near to a resistance soon? Okay, and I'll share this more in details. But you can see from the background, we have Elon Musk in the picture. We have Emirates. We have Bitcoin. And we have this hydrogen. Yes, hydrogen is actually the main new thingy in the market. Now, people are looking at hydrogen right now. Okay, and this is something that you may want to take a look. Interesting, huh? Okay. All right, so let's just start this morning with the disclaimer first, as usual. Do understand this. My job is to share with you in terms of market analysis. Your job is to tell me, is there yourself there, right? Okay, whether what I say is correct or not, and then do your own risk assessment before you embark into any trading. So do note, once again, any losses or profits created is under your own liability. I'm not supposed to be responsible, and you have identified me after you heard this. Okay, all right, cool. Let's continue then. Now, take a look at this cartoon, all right? I kind of like this cartoon. You can see that this is, I think it should be cheetah or not leopard. I can't really recognize it. Sun is not so much about being bearish or bullish. It's about being an opportunist, being opportunistic, all right? So which means that, guys, trading is the same thing. We don't need to care whether market bull or bear. As long as you can make money from the market itself, right? That is more important. Don't you agree? So that is where it shows you that, right, this is a very wise bet without the sun, okay? As long as you see an opportunity, you go for it, okay? You don't need to select. So I think that's a very good thing for all of us. So that's why we are involved in the market. And for us, we just have to stick to the chart and perform accordingly to plan, okay? All right, so once again, guys, I hope you understand where I'm coming from on this point here itself. Okay, all right, so once we are clear on this, let's continue to watch the market. All right, now we can see that, yes, last Friday I mentioned to you that the S&P 500, now it was trading at 146.58 last week, right? Last week itself, right, it was trading at 46. Sorry, excuse me, no water. It was trading at 46.58. And I told you it's a doji directional day potential. And I mentioned to you that if the market is to stay up, the market will go to 46.86. And look at it, the market really went up and traded 46.86, right smack according to the rules that we mentioned. All right, now it was a doji day. So normally a doji day, the next day we believe that it will be a directional day the next day. And of course, the market really to perform exactly to plan. The market did came down a little bit, but it was not enough, and it went all the way up the south. And of course, this defying all experts were calling for sell. We say that, right, if the market stays above OP, it will be a buy. So we're pretty spot on for the S&P on Friday. Then, of course, the more important was this one, right? I told you guys, based on what I'm seeing right now, I believe that crude oil price will trade lower. I believe that crude oil price will go down to 78.51. I mentioned that, right? Crude oil price should be going down to 78.51. That should be the price that the crude oil will be going. Now, as of we are sharing, the price was at $79.93. So that means that I was already looking for crude oil to go down by $1 or so. And did it perform? Yes. The crude oil price came down all the way. Now it misses by 78.51. But good enough, it went down to 78.76 before it staged a rebound to where it came from. So again, this tells you that as long as you stick with the TWB system, you should be able to get a pretty good direction from the morning MAO. And of course, if your system and mine call comes in line together, we can trade and make money. All right. So again, yesterday, well, last Friday, we were pretty accurate on these two calls. That's why I'm sharing this with you. Okay. All right, so if you like this itself and you remember it's a spot on call, that gives me the spot on, right? Spot on crude, spot on the S&P 500. Okay, so that was what happened on last Friday. Now let's take a look today. Now our Hang Seng group, as I told you guys, is really growing very well. We have students, okay, making rather impressive results. They can be down during the day, but most important, we stick on with them and they can recover from there itself. So you can see this particular student, Elise. She had made back her losses. She was down initially. Then after she made back her losses, very important. And of course, very important thing is that we also we actually do a recap of what happened, and we give you a very good overview, and make sure that we give you cost notes and tell you that, okay guys, why is it sell, why is it buy? So we will later compile all these results, right, and come out a little revision booklet for our students. So once again, this shows you that we are very caring to our students. We want them to perform. Now, we don't expect every day to be profitable. There will be days whereby we lose money, like today for Hang Seng. I think we basically, majority of us lost money, but we managed to lower down the losses and we cut the losses by half because of another flip trade that we make back. So we are comfortable with that because we cannot expect to win every day, but overall, as long as we control ourselves, we can make money, yeah? So later on, we'll be opening up the door for students to come online, come to join us with their friends, okay, who are non-TWB, so they can see us trading live together. Yeah, pretty cool. Now, last for today, there will be no US economic figures. We have only on Tuesday, and that's important. That is the core retail sales. All right, retail sales have been pretty flat. Okay, since May this year, retail sales have been pretty flat. So we don't expect any bigger movement this time around. And then consumer price, the consumer sentiment is so low. The CPI number is higher last week. So this will definitely add a dampener onto the core retail sales. So we do expect to see that. Now, every week itself, we try to have a guess the figure contest. And of course, Tuesday, Wednesday, we don't have one to guess, but we have on Thursday. On Thursday, we have the initial jobless claim, and that's whereby we allow students to guess and to win ADA coins. All right, so students of mine, so take note of that. It will be a Thursday when we conduct this guess the market. Okay, so watch out for that Thursday. Yep. Now, Dow Jones on Friday was incredible. It was basically ping-ponging between the opening price, but once it go past about 11 p.m. or 12 midnight in Singapore time, it started to surge. Okay, it went up to 36,100, pull back a little bit, hang around for a couple of hours during lunch break, and then the last 1 hour, as usual, on Friday, it just blossomed. All right, as again, we have been seeing this many times. On Friday, usually it will blossom very nicely and trade according to rules. All right, see that how it blossomed up all the way itself to the closing. So this is what happened on Friday. So let's take a look what they say. All right, what the boys are saying. Now, first of all, they are saying that the Dow Jones rises more than 170 points and the Nasdaq rallies, but it snapped the 5-week twinning streak. Okay, so the week ended down, but the market ended up on Friday. So stocks rally but still post the first losing week in 6 weeks. All right, so it's because of the heightened inflation fears. And basically, we know that the consumer price index, the CPI number, was really the highest number in more than 30 years. All right, I mean, this is kind of really expected. We all expected this to happen because we know that with so much money in the market, the easy money dollar policies, and everybody is just spending and spending. It doesn't help the economy because you can spend, but it doesn't really stimulate the economy because the driving part is that there's nobody producing enough or supporting the industry. And of course, with that itself, right, if you spend the money, you are not going to get more money. And let's say the money really stopped, that is a problem. So that's why we suspect that, right, this coming week should be a little bit dicey for traders. So you can see now we have the sentiment now at a very low level, consumer price index at a high, sentiment at the low. This is really something that you don't want to see in any economy, and it's already happening right now with a potential of hyperinflation. So all these tells you because people leave their jobs, right? Incredible, right? They leave their jobs. And why is that so? Because apparently they are saying that they are going for higher paying jobs. My question is this: higher paying jobs? So that means that they left the industry, they're staying now waiting for a better paying job to come. Is that what it means? So apparently that is what it seems to transpire. So is that going to be helpful? Well, I don't know. Well, I just hope that these people who take the leap right now, they can get to do it, because if not, it's all right, they're in serious trouble, right? Don't you agree? Okay, so let's take a look at what happened on Friday with the TWB chart. So Friday itself, the market opens between the two pivot points. And of course, once it crossed the MLP, 36,013, it went up, and it went all the way up to the pivot 1 level at 36,095. Now, what happened is that the KSI was green, right? So it basically tells you there'll be upside. But because the downtick, right, that means that the upside will become limited. So you realize that the market, when it goes up, right, it'll be kind of slow, but still on upside because it's above MA30, MA200, and above MLP. 3 reasons for buying, 3 were there. So obviously, so when market stays above the MLP, most likely you will go higher. So let's take a look what happened during the day. Let's take a look. The market basically opens here. Now you did went up the MLP and it stopped there incredibly, pull back, dice. And then what happened? The market do another BNB over here and the price went back up again. It went back up again and stopped there So what happened over here is, right, the market came back down, okay, and then it ran back down below the opening price. So it was that splitting at OP for a longest while. But then, of course, we saw it happen. The boys came in, the KSI jumped, the market retaliated and went all the way up to pivot 1 itself. Okay, it went up to pivot 1. Okay, so the market was pretty sideways actually until the last 2-3 hours. That's where the momentum really came in. All right, but the point is this, as I said again, because the KSI is a green, so it's still going to favor the upside, but the buying itself won't be strong. That's why you can see whenever you go up, right, it came back down again. All right, so that's what happened on Friday's Dow Jones. Now for Friday's gold was even crazier. We have the opening price right smack at the pivot 1 and 2, and then it came all the way down itself to the pivot 2. And very incredibly, we have the KSI green and the blue bars are there. So what happened is that the market returns once it hit the pivot 2, it recollect itself and went back up. And when it crossed MLP, we know that it's going to go back up again. There's a KCB resistance there at 1866. You can see on the screen right now. So all these tell us that, right, when the market KSI is green, there's no blue bar. And once you hit some technical point, it's very difficult for the market to come down. So let's take a look what happened, guys. The market opened first and it went down, stabilized at the MLP. And you see that MLP is here at 1855. Then once it loses MLP, straight away, it came all the way down. But you notice that KTR -2 and pivot 2 is a stack. Now, stack means that, right, when a KTR and a pivot comes very near to one another, because of it's a pure automated system, right? So once both of them stack down there, right, usually we know, we've seen this before many times, that when the market there's a stack here itself and the market is going down, it will likely be going towards the stack. And indeed, it really, really happened. Now, what was crazy is the system picked it up that there's a BNB at the bottom and it happened to be the day low of the day. So the bomb appears here itself that confirms the buying. And then the KSI green shows the boys came in to buy. And of course, the KCX turned green. So these two are all the reason to buy. So color change, BNB at low, KSI turned green and the jump, and KCX. So that was the reason why we call for a buy in gold right here. And gold just shoot up all the way itself. So that is my point. The system basically tells you what you can see. And you just have to follow the script and trade accordingly. And you can see why all these little symbols here tells you important stuff to watch out for. And really, the market behaved exactly to the T. So guys, that's why we have our TWB system. Pretty powerful, right? Okay, so that was what happened on this Friday, the gold and the Dow Jones. Okay, let's look at today's market. Now, we are concerned of fourth wave of COVID from Europe, say Emirates. Now, Emirates is known as an airline, and basically the president, Emirates president, said that he's kind of worried. And the thing is that he said that global airline industry has expected to lose about $12 billion next year. So it seems that everybody really wants the economy to recover and open up. But with the number of COVID cases ongoing around, it becomes a very scary thing because it means that everybody's put in the same airline. And if you put on masks, you're going to be very tired, you're going to get hit. So that's the reason why, even though we understand the economy is recovering, but airline industry itself is still struggling. So what we did is that we compact all the news for you guys. We saw the Dow Jones news, we saw the COVID news. Now look at this. Bitcoin biggest upgrade in 4 years. We'll cover this shortly. Apparently, there's this thing called Taproot. Remember, I updated you before Taproot. Taproot is basically a greater transaction privacy and efficiency, right? It's supposed to do that. So I'll cover that shortly. And Elon Musk has also sold $6.9 billion worth of Tesla this last week. All right, so because of his selling, and people know that since he's selling, no one to buy, right? Tesla share dropped by 15.4% just last week alone. So of course, it's like near off to the 20% mark. We'll cover that later, okay? And of course, Jim Cramer says that, right, the retail earning will basically review how consumers feel about the economy, and I totally agree with that. And I kind of believe that the number will be pretty bad. Yeah, my personal view. And of course, SocGen came in that they're going to do the hydrogen. Yes, hydrogen. So SocGen have been very open with their investment. They say they're going to pump in 500. They say that about 500 billion in the market has came in. All right. So, but the question is, notable investors like Elon Musk, Aron, they are actually the Tesla and AMC CEO, right? So why are they dumping? So that's a question mark. And of course, Santoli says that, right, now the market is trying to recover from the inflation worry, but the question is this, will the retail market be able to pull it up? So that is what happened. So if you're a TWB student, do watch out for this. These articles are all made available on the TWB Market News channel group. In fact, just take a look there. Okay, if you want to get in, just contact Susan, she will bring you in. Okay, so that is what happened on the global news. That was some very important news. Okay, now Bitcoin biggest upgrade in 4 years. Okay, it's called Taproot. Okay, it's supposed to help the Privacy Act and more efficiency and of course lower down the cost. So all these itself tells you that Taproot, okay, this upgrade should able to draw more people to Bitcoin. But because of this Taproot, right, some people get a bit concerned. That's why Bitcoin itself, right, is somewhat like hanging around here for time being. Okay. So watch out for this thing, this upgrade here itself, and my personal belief that Bitcoin could be taking profit in the near term. I repeat one more time. I believe that Bitcoin might be taking profit in the near term. Okay, this is my personal view. I'll share with you more in detail shortly. All right. Now Elon Musk basically sold about $6.9 billion in Tesla stock this week, or aka last week. All right. But he's still holding a lot. $1.2 billion is really still okay because he holds about 166 million shares. My God. So if one share itself is like, $1,000, you can count the math already, okay? So of course, this stock had went down by 15.4%. It's one of the worst 1 week performance in 20 months, but we have seen this worse before. So FYI, in case you didn't know this, but since last year until now, right, 1 year back to back, right, is still up by 46%. Oh my goodness. So it's still a very big gain for Elon Musk. And because of the taxation, he has to do it. And because he's the richest man on earth now, he cannot evade this tax here. But like I say again, right, at the same time when he's selling, we see a lot of buyings from the bottom. So just wondering if maybe he's selling, but he's buying it cheap. We won't know, all right? So likely we will expect to have more selling from him in the fourth quarter because he says that there will be more to go, yeah? So we'll take a look. So now Elon Musk is selling. The question is he selling because of really for tax or because he's selling because he knows what will happen? Now, of course, we all know that now his tax is a big issue. Then why does Aron doing that? Now, do you understand this? AMC CEO Aron sold about 625,000 shares of his own company. All right, and Elon Musk, of course, sell even more. So because of that itself, right, both counters were down. But do know that AMC is up at 1,200% in the last 12 months. That's how crazy it is. Okay, even Robinhood Chief Operating Officer, Gretchen Howard, he also sell about 20,000 shares. So basically, it seems that the insiders are selling. So there's this thing called the open insider put sell ratio, which I often take a look, but because it's a paid service, pay money to get the live data, I kind of like not comfortable to pay. So I didn't pay. But of course, we all know that actually from day one, insider selling will always be overwhelming the insider buying. So it can't really tell you that because of that. But of course, when the market crash or sell off, then of course this indicator is like, hey, I told you that. But this indicator can be there for a longest of time. So in short, there is more selling because now we have the ongoing saying that if you are holding too much shares and these shares are profitable at a certain level, it's all right, you must be taxed by Uncle Sam. So some traders say, you know what, rather than be taxed by you, I must just sell first. So that is why I believe that this selling may actually trigger a little bit of movement downwards. Yeah, a little bit. So really not the best way to gauge the market. But of course, we have stock options grants, and this is like year ends, more widely. The CEOs, the CFOs will start to look at it to take some profit off the table. So what we have in the fear and greed index itself, we have 83, we have 81. Interesting, we have 81 on Thursday, and we have the market going higher, back to 83 again. It hit the 86, we have read our profit taking. Then after that, it now recover back to 83 after hitting 81. So if you look at the chart right now, we do see that this 80s level have been a very important level. If the market stays below it, then of course there could be some selling. If the market stays above it, we may see a little bit more upside, but eventually the market will still probably take, right? So because of all these reasons itself, right, I keep on telling traders to be very careful. Now, I already tell you that about Bitcoin. I share with you my concern for Bitcoin. Let's take a look, yeah, everybody. Now, for Bitcoin itself, right, apparently that this guy says that, the billionaire says that, right, this Bitcoin price action need to be careful. And of course, he believes that something bigger is going to take over Bitcoin. So it's interesting. I'll share this shortly. And of course, now we all know that, right, apparently 65,500 is a kind of resistance now for Bitcoin. Hence, therefore, right, a lot of people are predicting that, no, you'll go higher to 80,000, 90,000. All right, even if it comes down with 10%, it says, no, it's time to buy. So from here itself, right, I want to tell you something very important. This is something that you don't find on mainstream media. You have to take a look, guys. Now, this is from Glassnode. And Glassnode is a very good website to get to know all the movement of the hodlers of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So in short, the total supply held by a long-term investor when it's actually at the lower end, that means that when they're not holding, you notice that the Bitcoin goes up. Now, why is that happening? Because they're not holding itself. It's actually they are trying to liquefy their profits into when people are buying. So a bit confusing here itself. When price goes up, retailers jump in, right? But if they are jumping in, obviously someone must be buying from them. So the only one that can sell to these people are the hodlers, right? So apparently when the holders are dumping, usually the Bitcoin is the one that's going up. And very incredibly, when the thing is that the hodlers are buying, right, you notice that the Bitcoin actually comes down. So the hodlers are actually buying at the low level as it comes down. Very interesting phenomenon. So now the question is, did it happen again? Yes, indeed. So recently when the Bitcoin came down, all right, the hodlers were actually at the lowest, when Bitcoin was going up itself to about 47,000. That was where the hodlers were getting out. Then after that, when it came back down again, right, that was where the hodlers increased their stake. And of course, now we can see it's going all the way up itself. Okay, got the idea? Pretty simple, right? So that means that the hodlers and the market, right, seemingly is inverse, as if that, you know, they know what to do with the market. So with that, right, take a look at this one now, everybody. That one was a bit long term. This is a shorter term. Now, the shorter term held by the short-term hodlers, okay, let's take a look at. You can see that usually it moves in tandem, right? Whereby you can see it moves in tandem. So the problem is now we have the short-term hodlers at the low level, but the Bitcoin at the high level. So again, why are they at the low level? It's because they are actually pretty afraid, or they want to get out of the market while the market is trending. So if history repeats itself, whereby if the hodlers have to buy into it, right, usually the Bitcoin will come off. That is the reason why they can buy it cheap. But of course, from the way I look at it itself, it can also mean that Bitcoin may go even higher, right? So my personal view is this. Now Bitcoin is probably trading about, let me take a look, 65,000. Now I kind of believe that, right, the Bitcoin may go up to about 67,000 or so. And then after that, pulls back to go down to below 60,000. Yeah, this is my personal view on this Bitcoin. All right, so you think about this and you see whether you agree with me on that. All right, so I can write it down. I believe that now Bitcoin is at probably 65,000 today. Yeah, today's date is about 15 November. I believe that it will go up a bit more to about 67,000 around there. Okay, by mid of December. Okay, and then after that, we may see some selling down. Okay, we may see some selling down. All right, mid-December or mid-November. Sorry, I can't really see that. Okay, November or December, the market will hit the usual profit-taking timing, and that's where I believe that the Bitcoin will come down a bit. How low will it go? I think it will go about 48,000 if I'm right. 48,000 looks pretty good, right? Yeah, 48,000. Okay, so that is the view on the fundamental of Bitcoin itself. So let's look at the chart right now. The bull goes moo, the bear goes grrrs, and the lemming go. It could be different this time. Okay, let's take a look at the charts. Okay, so first of all, we can see China A50. China A50 today is down again. All right, so it's below the MA30. It's also below the MA200, so it's kind of low. And of course, you can see that it's also stabilizing pretty below the Fibonacci 50% mark. So as long as the market cannot stay above the MA, and you can see right now, very good chance it will come back down and visit here again. And this price itself is 14,977. And this is something that we all know that a lot of people with a lot of things, they cannot go higher, right? You have to go back to roost. So I kind of suspect that this will already happen, but maybe I'll put this way in first. I think that the first level, it will have to go down. It will be here. And that's 13,328. Yeah. So I believe that this is where it should be going down for China A50, 13,328, yeah? A50. Okay. All right, let's look at the next one, which is the other markets now. Let's do a quick one. Okay, now this morning, Dow Jones is kind of on the downside this morning. The market opening price is actually above OP, above pivot 1. So by right, above OP, above pivot 1 is supposed to go higher, but the market now chose to go lower, broke below the pivot 1, and now it's going to test the MLP. MLP is 36,042. I kind of believe that it may be on the way down to just test it before rebounding. Now KSI is all the way green, and this is a lower high movement. So if the market breaks yesterday high, right, we could see a higher upside. Yeah. So watch out for this, traders. The Dow could be a buy only if it crossed 36,108 and above the OP. OP is at 36,139. Yeah. Okay. So that is the Dow Jones for you. Now, how about the Nasdaq? Now, the Nasdaq actually is a pretty strong buy signal today. CCRY, red to yellow, right? CCRY, red to yellow is a buy. It's above MLP, above MA30 and MA200. So it's a very strong buy. Let me just refresh the screen a little bit to just double confirm. Here we go. And we have a KSI jump. Yeah, we have a KSI jump. All right, so that means that the market itself, right, as long as it stays above OP, there's a good chance to see the market going up all the way here to 16,323 level, okay? All right, for the Nasdaq to come down, you really had to go down and break MLP, which I don't think will happen, because if you break MLP, you have to break the pivot 2, which is inverse pivot. Yeah, it's an inverse pivot, so you have to be careful, right? Okay. All right, let's look at the S&P 500. S&P 500 also displayed the same thing. The chart is CCRY, red to yellow. And it's kind of resisted at the pivot 1 level. So if the market failed to cross pivot 1, there'll be some profit taking, but MLP is 46.72. I suspect it will be a touch and go again. All right, it could be a touch and go again. So traders, 46.92 is the pivot 1. All right, 46.72 is the MLP. So if the market do come down, look out for MLP for support, yeah? Look out for MLP for support. Okay, so we have that for S&P 500. Let's look at the other market like DAX example. Now, DAX have been consolidating for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Normally for day chart itself, anything more than 8 days is consolidation. So we're going to see likely one more consolidation, or maybe the market will move on already. Okay, so us, very simple. The pivot are very, very close by. It's almost like next door. 1607 and 16157. Yeah, 16072. So very simple analogy is that everything looks good. Okay, the KSI doesn't show that well because you can see the KSI show green bars and red. So you have to see and ask yourself one question: is that for DAX today, can it stay further upside? Right? Because the DAX is not open yet, we cannot give you the numbers, but we can know that MLP is at 16,064 level, a level to watch out for. Yeah. Okay, let's look at Hang Seng. As we say this morning, Hang Seng. Now, Hang Seng this morning is supposed to be a sell day this morning because the opening price is already between the two pivot. And once it touches MLP, you notice that it couldn't stay up anymore. MLP is a very critical level. Once the market touches MLP and it doesn't go towards the same level, usually the pullback or the correction is going to be big. So what happened for this Hang Seng? It magically touched 25,441. Beautiful, perfectly, no extra 1 point, so don't have exactly hits there. Immediately the market reacted by selling down. Okay, by selling down. But the thing is this, we are now at KTR -2 and the market is recovering. So my personal suggestion is that, right, Hang Seng, if it can stay up above the MA 30 level, it can go much higher. So watch out for 25,277 level. Right, during the Hang Seng group chat, I also tell them, say, what is the one way to make big money from this crypto the next 2 days? I hope they listen. Right, if not, they will have to miss out the next 2-day potential run already. Yeah, okay. All right, so we have the Hang Seng also done, DAX also done. So we are done with all the equities. Let's look at the commodities market. Commodity market, gold is trading lower now. I repeat, gold is trading lower now. Gold yesterday, the day before, sorry, the doji day. It's a doji on Friday. So today will be a directional day. That means that if the market stays below OP, it will be a sell. If market stays above OP, it will be a buy. Okay, so now we can see the power of the DJDD. The gold price is down by almost $10 already, $10 from the high. So if you're shorted near the high itself, right, you will make some decent good money, right? Yeah, indeed. So how low will gold go? Well, I believe that now you break MLP, the next level is 1849. I believe that 1849 we could see some recovery at 1849. Yeah, KSI is green color, no blue bar. So that's why I say 1849 will be a very good level to look to buy some gold. But if gold breaks below 1849, then some serious trouble may even happen. Yeah, example 1809, which is the MA 30 level. So traders, take note of that. Okay, so we are done on gold. Let's look at silver. Okay, silver, you can see that it's a doji formation again. And you can see that you have touched the pivot tool already this morning, and that's 24.93. That means that MLP is still very strong. Once it couldn't stay above it, it came down all the way. Yep, all the way. So silver, what do we expect to see? Now silver, if we start to go higher, it should go back to the level of $25.67. Yeah, but do not crude oil. This still go very, very slowly. All right. So even at $2 gain, you're waiting that one took half a day and stuff like that. Yeah, take note of that. Okay, so if the silver breaks below P2, then we may see some selling all the way down to this level here, which is 24.68 or if not 24.18. If you ask me, I think this is a better bet. 24.18 could be a better bet. Yeah, to buy cheap, of course. To buy good itself, maybe at 24.68 level here, we can consider. Yeah. Okay, so that is the crude oil, the gold and silver. Let's look at crude oil. Now, I'm very, very bullish on this crude oil because I believe that energy prices will be the one that going to drive the economy. But I already tell you guys a pullback is necessary, and I gave you the word there, right? Most likely we will see things happening by tomorrow, especially when we have saw this before, at this price here itself. Okay, if let's say that the crude oil price is going to drop further, we should see $76.76. Yeah, I think now it's $79. A bit of pullback should do the trick. Yeah, so watch out for this. Okay, watch out for this. Okay, 76 level. Yeah, roughly there. So traders stand by. Yeah. Okay, so we have done crude oil. We have done the commodities like gold and silver. The last two before we move on is the Bitcoin. All right, the Bitcoin. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin right now. Now, Bitcoin today is now trading above my pivot one. So by right, if we can stay above pivot one, 65,000, it should go higher to maybe 67,000, as I said earlier. Now, it's actually very well supported by MLP. Look at it, 64,533 is MLP, and it touches it and recover. So let's go into intraday to take a look, guys. Sorry. You can see for the Bitcoin, you can see that Bitcoin, once it came down, it hit the MLP, couldn't go lower, and it came with the bomb here itself. This is our BNB at day low symbol. And once it did that, you see it stabilized and immediately it shoot up already. So again, these are the very important symbol to watch out for, yeah? And it really happened. Okay, all right, so that's what happened to the Bitcoin. So Bitcoin 67,000 is my take for today. All right, but still, I believe that most likely it will create 67,000, and then after that, it's hang around, and I believe it's going to come back down here. So my personal view is that it should be able to come back down to 57,000 to even potentially here, which is about 52,000. Yeah, my personal view is this. That is most likely could be happening in the near term, if I say I'm right. Okay, so watch out for 57 to 52,000, and if we come down here itself, that will be a very good time to buy again. Yep, that is my personal view for Bitcoin over the next 3-4 weeks, not tomorrow, 3-4 weeks from now. Now for Ethereum, because just now I was telling you, right, the billionaire says that actually Ethereum now is a hot product because it could be the one replacing Bitcoin. Wow, replace Bitcoin. So I don't think it will, but the price is definitely doing very well and a lot of buying coming in. So I believe that same thing for this Ethereum. If Bitcoin is going to go higher, I believe Ethereum will go to 4,900 this week before we see any form of pullback, maybe like to the MA level. So I suspect that Ethereum may see 49 or maybe 48.50 at best, and then after that, then it will pull back down. Yeah. So traders, take note of that. Okay, traders take note of that. Last one to share on the side note itself is on this. Two main thing is the VIX and Tesla. Yeah. Now let me just bring it to you guys. Take a look. Now VIX, I've been saying it's a good buy, and we bought it back then at 14.15. It went all the way up to about 20 before taking back profit again. So what do I see here is I still think that there's a buying opportunity again at 15.50 around there. I'm still very bullish on this. So we come back down, ding dong again if you buy. All right, each time it comes back down, we can look for buy. See that every time it comes back down, we look for buy, and that's how we do it for VIX. Okay, yeah, that's VIX, huh? Now the market is Tesla that everybody is talking about it right now. Now Tesla as a high, aka the high itself, if you take a look, is 1243. Yeah, 1243. Now, wait, the high itself is 1243. Yeah. So you take your calculator out, 1243 multiply by 0.8. That's the 20% marker. You get 994, right? 994. 994. Where is it, guys? 994. Let's take a look. It's actually very powerful. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, you take a figure in and you draw a horizontal line. Double click on it, and I only want 994, right? Okay, and you see that? Beautiful, right? The market hit 994 the day after hitting the high, all-time high. It slammed down all the way to 994 and then rebounded. Okay, rebounded because this is the 20% mark, and that's usually a bear territory. Okay, so now we pick 994 as a gauge, correct or not? And the high is 1243. So very simple now, you take 1243 plus 994, you get a figure of 2237, divide by 2, you get a number. This number is 11118. I repeat, 1118, okay? So you put a number in right now, put a horizontal line again, and this time around, I want a figure 1118, enter. Now that means that this is the very important technical point that Tesla must break already. Now Tesla has to break 1118 for it to resume its upside. Now if it does that itself, definitely in my personal opinion, we could see it going up by another $100 to $150 easily. So my view is this, If $150, that means Tesla can go all the way up, okay, to 1393 level if Tesla do go past 1118. But if Tesla, nope, cannot do that, then I'm so sorry, Tesla may come down again to test 994. Now, 994, if it cannot stay up, then of course we can see in technical drawing, we have a gap here, right? There's a gap here. I believe it will cover gap. Yeah, I believe it will cover gap. So where would that be? Well, it will be here. And that's 908, around there. So which means that if Tesla comes down and breaks below 994, it should be a free fall to 908. And I believe by then it's all right, the moving average, which is MA50, will likely be hitting it by 10. Then that could be presenting a very good buy on Tesla. All right, so traders, my view is 908 will be a very good price to buy Tesla. Yeah. Okay, so watch out for that, and hopefully you can make some money out of this. Okay, guys, like the sharing. If you like the sharing, please keep the word like, LIKE. All right, that will be all for today's MAO. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you guys will make money today on all the sharing. Okay, I wish you all the best, and this is Cal signing off today. All right. Will we have a preview soon? Yes, we will have, probably likely this Saturday. I'll update you guys shortly today. Okay, that's all. Have a great day. This is Cal signing off. Bye-bye.